Yeah, I will tell you about the LARP that we created maybe 8 years ago, but it was a very important experience for us because that was the LARP that started a lot in Minsk, and we started the cooperation with Fantasieverbundet, and now what we have in Minsk is because of this experience. The LARP 1943 has reference to the 1942 LARP that was mentioned, I think, by Erik Fatland during the first day, and it's a LARP about the Second World War and Belarus. But if you say Second World War in Belarus, you will definitely think about this kind of pictures. I don't know how what you see, but there are soldiers standing with guns, and all the times when you say something about the Second World War in Belarus, you think about this kind of monuments, or this kind. And actually, this, like the state propaganda or the government misuse a lot the history of the Second World War in Belarus, makes it as a very black and white, and also like telling a lot about heroic deeds and combat and battles, but we actually don't speak about like people, civilians living in the occupied territory. So this LARP was about these people, people who lived in the small villages in Belarus under occupation during the Second World War, without knowing who is good, who is bad, when it will end, and actually what they should do. There are some pictures from the LARP. So, what, why, when, who, and where? It was a LARP about everyday life of civilians living in an occupied Belarusian village in 1943, just in the middle of the Second World War in Belarus. We tried to escape the black and white view on the history, so we didn't want to say that these were actually good, these were actually bad. We tried to say, show what was what people feel. And it lasted for 3 days and 2 nights. It was very, quite intensive because we played even at night. And we had about 50 participants, and we were playing very deep in the forest. We had we had several groups of players, several groups of characters. We had civilians, both Catholic and Orthodox, which is also very important for the LARP. We had German soldiers, mostly reenactors. We had Polish army, and we had Red Soviet partisans, and we had 2 geese and 1 god. Yeah. Character creation responsibility. It was down at the minimum because we have pre-written characters for the player. For sure, players could adjust it a bit to what they want, to what they would like to play, but all the characters were pre-written. But we, you see this photo? We made several expeditions, and we talked to people who actually lived there, and we gathered some stories and put them into the characters. So it was, there was a lot of fiction, but actually based on the true stories. Player motivation. It was a quite high degree of competition between players, but we always wanted to reduce it, to make it to push it more to exploration, because we didn't want people just running in the forest with guns and shooting at each other. I think we succeeded. No one died during the first, none of the characters died during the first 2 days. People had some time to get deep into the situation. Present players. It was relatively hardcore LARP, not very hardcore, but it was a little sleep, a little food, because of the fear that they, I mean, like people living in the house, they were scared because of the soldiers that could come in during the night, search for partisans, or just do whatever they want. Yeah, some after LARP scenes. Environment, we made quite a 360-degree illusion. Everything looked as it was, as it should be. It helped us a lot to feel the flow of the LARP, because people were like doing something in the everyday life, and yeah. Yeah, these German soldiers. Loyalty to world. It was our intention to make some compromises, to make the LARP more playable, because we had some discussions with people playing German soldiers, because they were reenactors. They wanted everything to be very true to the history. That we want to make some compromises. We want it not to be maybe sometimes very true to the history, because we want people enjoy the LARP and make it playable. Thank you. If you would like to hear a bit more about this LARP, come to me and yeah, we can talk about it.